Hi, all of you. Good evening. Can you all hear me? Am I streaming fine? Adid, I know you are now Abhiroop. Others, can you all hear me? Am I? All of you. Good evening. Can you all?
Hello, Shabbir.
Hi, Deb.
How are you?
Am I streaming fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Happy Diwali, belated.
Happy Diwali to you too. Happy Diwali to all the students.
Yes, happy Diwali to all the students. Venkatesh brings Zo. Remember we used to have Mandrake comics back in our times. So we had these
Yeah.
characters, Prince Zo. Hi, Prince
Yes.
Zo. Pankaj.
Mandrake, Flash Gordon,
Flash Gordon,
Phantom.
yes.
Yeah.
I loved Mandrake and Phantom. Okay. Mandrake and Phantom. They were nice. Yeah, guys. Audible? Good, nice. Good, nice. Excellent. So today we'll have a different approach to essays. You want to speak about it? We did give the students a heads up on this. Hi, Kaushik. Good evening. Paramita, good evening. Happy to have you on board. Happy Diwali belated. Deb, are you still on? I lost you for some time.
Yes, I'm on. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not used to seeing you in a formal shirt. Again.
Yeah, today I thought, why not? You are always in a formal shirt, so I thought imitation is the greatest form of flattery. That's a very good essay topic.
Okay.
I think we
Okay.
should have that. So,
Okay.
all
Pushparaj,
right.
Kumpavat, Aditya Kumar. Good evening, all of you. Good evening. Um, Before we start off, um, I see most of you have been with us for quite some time, uh, discussing with us, learning together. Yeah, Pushparaj and Ritesh. Okay. So, can you share the experience in brief, maybe 2, 3 lines on what did you learn, or what are your insights while we're discussing these topics with you? What has been an eye opener for you, or even what you don't agree with us? It's possible some aspects of essays that we suggest you probably don't agree with us. That's perfectly fine. I think that's how essays should be, how you interpret the process. So, a few lines on that. Pushparaj is on our dashboard.
Adit is saying general overview of writing. Okay.
Okay.
I'm assuming you would like us to focus there, give you a general overview of writing. Is it? Or
Piyush Chauhan has joined us on the dashboard.
great.
Great. Some lines from you, Piyush, Pushparaj. Uh, Good evening, Piyush. Piyush and Pushparaj, I presume you have seen most of the videos now. And I hope you have made some jotting, some notes. You have some insights. Aditya says the intro form of writing theses has impressed him. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Piyush says all videos done. Excellent, Piyush. I presume you also have learned something. Hi, Pushparaj. क्या हाल है देव? हाल चाल बस ऐसे ही है आप. चाल तो आप देख नहीं पाओगे, बट हाल ठीक है. Okay. In Delhi, it's a smoking pot. How to have respiratory problems without being a smoker. Okay, so Piyush says notes are done. You attend an essay assignment, excellent, on the Telegram channel.
Yeah,
Okay.
Prince is saying working on arguments and flow with correct use of words and dimensions. Good. Venkatesh is saying essays someone approach SDG method. Okay.
Okay.
I think, this is something that I would also love your feedback a little bit because in the Telegram channel, what we do is we get a essay topic and then we get into the arguments. We try to understand what is the core of the rationale that we are going to provide in the essays, and we write them together in some sequence. It's not as detailed as what you some of you have learned in the essay course as part of the essay canvas, but we give some sense of what is good to be covered. And I would love for some of your feedback in terms of how that is going. Are you actually getting value of it? Because so far, I think we have done around 65. And, from the day I started counting, I think overall we must have crossed 100. But, going back, are you getting, like you have done quite a few, and some of you, I know, Prince, for example, you, Kaushik, you, Ash, Debadrita, there are some regulars, right? So I think that's excellent that you are participating, you're turning in your assignments. That's the best way to get better. But definitely give me feedback, right? Be be fearless and let me know what I can do better, because eventually you follow a track and you feel that that's going to benefit, but there's always there's always room for improvement. And the second thing is, I also feel that sometimes after doing it over and over again, you might get tired of a format. We sometimes do that, right? It's like there is the drudgery of doing the same thing over and over again. So I try to mix it up. And we gave you some book summaries last few weeks. I did a book summary also for Jared Diamond's Collapse, which is, by the way, a really, really nice book for interdisciplinary, topics around cultures and civilization. So, we'll spice it up, but definitely give me feedback either here in the comments or in the Telegram channel of what else would you like to see, and we'll cover it there.
We have Sadia Khan with us. Hi, Sadia. You are on our dashboard for the first time. I don't remember. Though I think we have met on the YouTube otherwise. How's it going, Sadia? Have you watched all the videos? What sections have you done? Anything you want to share?
Aditya, your question of can I start doing assignments from assignment one or should I continue it from current? I would advise you to continue it from current because it will be a little tough for you to go back and do 1 through 65. But do definitely, based on how much time you're devoting to this, if you have more than 30 minutes a day, I would say, go look up a few assignments every day and, see what others have written, what my feedback was, how we summarized that particular essay. But actual writing and turning in assignments, you do it from the current assignment onwards, because I'm not going back and correcting any of the older ones. But it's good, good log of the entire sort of collective thought process, right? So lot has gone into it, because when you look at it, it's not just one person writing. There are many people coming back with assignments. I've given personalized comments on each one. So, it's a good body of information for you to go look at it.
Yeah. Kaushik says, giving them structure, it's helping them with a unique process. I've seen videos for 4 to 5 weeks. Okay, Abhiroop, take your time, take your time. So while talking about feedback there, okay, you had something in mind last time. We must tell the students how we give feedback. What is the rubric we follow? Today's session, just to get you all on board, okay, we are going to do an active engagement in evaluating 1 or 2 essays, and we'll want to show you how does an examiner see a write-up, how does the examiner evaluate a write-up, and we'll also see whether you are able to identify those nuances or not. So while you give us our feedback, we'll let you know how we work through the feedbacks. So Deb, we have this rubrics with us.
Yeah. This is a fun exercise, because you all will see directly how an examiner thinks. And that's like gold, right? That is gold, because um, a lot of you have asked me, sir, is this right? Should I write it like this, or should I have a different perspective? What will the examiner think? Is the examiner going to be biased? What will they feel if I have a too liberal perspective or a too conservative thing? And we have had those conversations. So this is exactly the reason why Shabbir and I thought this will be beneficial, to give you the examiner's perspective. Yeah, Shabbir. Let's start here. Evaluation criteria.
In fact,
That's
there's something I have told the students earlier, and maybe in one of those videos on our essay course. If you know what you are being evaluated for, you can be more conscious, more mindful of what you are doing. If you know these are the 10 things an examiner will penalize you for, these are the 5 things you will be appreciated for, these are not encouraged. If you know those things, and the relative weightage, which part of your presentation, which aspect of your writing an examiner values more, which aspect he tends to ignore. If you know these nuances, you know then how to score better marks. And that's, I think, the purpose of all these classes, all these sessions, to get you familiar with, to expose you how evaluations are done. Okay, so here we have a rubric, kind of a criteria on which we have we evaluate. But remember, when the actual evaluation is done, these pointers are kept in mind. If you ask me, do we give marks against every criteria? Some of them might, but in most instances, in the exam conditions, when they are giving marks, I doubt if they divide the marks on these criteria. But yes, they keep this in mind. But while we are teaching, while we are giving feedback, we are a bit more conscious to tell you what was right, what was not so good. So we are a bit more objective. In the exam conditions, when the actual evaluations are done by the examiners, I doubt if they have a rubric where they actually put down the marks against each of the criteria, but somewhere in the back of the mind, they do evaluate. जैसे when you go and buy something, you don't carry a chart with you. Okay, that color choice done, fit is done, whether fashionable or not, it's done. ऐसे नहीं करते हैं. But दिमाग में होता है कि when I'm picking up a shirt, when I'm picking up a trouser, when I buy a jacket, okay, एक broad criteria होता है कि okay, it should be fashionable and that it should be within my cost and my affordability, that it should have a particular feel or some fabric. You keep it in mind. Okay, so remember, when you are writing also, you keep these pointers in mind. Dave, if you can start off this process, maybe I can keep adding to how we evaluate this.
Yeah, I think, in my mind, when I do this, I always give higher weightage to some of these things than others, right? So I think the weightage is important when you look at the dimensions. So language, typically keep low, and that's what I think UPSC does too. Is that even if you don't have extremely flowery language, it's not like your scores are going to go down, but if you have good language, obviously you'll get some points. So that's a little bit of a lower priority. um, for me, what we are testing, and this is right out of the syllabus, UPSC syllabus for essays. If you go and read it, students, what you'll see is they're looking for your critical thinking skills, right? So they're looking whether you can organize, structure your arguments. So critical thinking skills comes through in your structure, presentation, content, and analysis, right? I those four at the top are the core. Comprehension is, in my mind, comprehension, presentation, there are little inter dependent, and some people might define it one way or the other. But structure, presentation, content, analysis, that I think is very, very important. Of course, analysis comes first. And if you do good analysis, you can put a nice structure together. Some people do excellent analysis, but they lose time, or some other things happen, or they're not coherent in what they're saying. This is why I always say that give me five arguments in the Telegram channel, and those of you who are regular, who are seeing me work there, you'll know that I always say that keep
I think, Dave, we
different point. Otherwise, it will all look muddy. So that structure comes through there, right? So it's not only good to have a structure in terms of five things, but the five things should be distinct, and your analysis comes through in that, right? So when I look at first of all, um,
I think we lost Dave.
uh,
Could
am
be some
I?
network problem.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, but we lost you for a few seconds.
Okay. Let me rephrase that. So broadly, Shabbir, that's what I would look at, right? So when I read a paper, just stepping back a little bit, I'm zooming out. I read the entire essay, and I'm thinking about, like, is this person a good critical thinker? Can this person represent what they are thinking in their head? And are they being genuine? Uh, or are they, because if you are sometimes you're not being genuine, you are following some patterns, it is also something I try to identify. So for example, if somebody was force fitting the pestle principle, I will it will be very obvious. Or somebody was using synonyms, like, you will see in this example, Shabbir, and I picked this example. The person has used many synonyms of courage interchangeably, but they're actually not interchangeable. So for example, grit and courage, they're two different things. But one of the examples, the person used grit in the same so that's when I know that, okay, this person has been told to use synonyms and use synonyms to form keywords and all that, and they're falling into that trap. So I try to see the genuineness, because your true understanding of your analysis comes through in your words and the words you use. And all of you who are following along in the Telegram in our course with Shabbir and I will know that we constantly correct you, that don't blindly follow pestle or don't blindly follow keyword analysis. Use a combination of this. So the true understanding, critical thought, and representation. That's sort of how I look at it.
Yeah, Dev, I was just noting down the key phrases from the instructions of UPSC. It reads something like students will be required to write an essay. Okay, the essay must be organized, the essay must be coherent, the essay must be concise, and keep closely to the topic. Like, ये requirements हैं. So without using the words that we use, organize essentially is it has to be structured. You have to be coherent, concise. It's about presentation, your content. Okay, you keep close to the topic implies that do not miss the topic and do all analysis around the topic's requirement. Okay, so these requirements of the essay writing in UPSC is what we have captured under these four heads. So I agree, Dave. Okay, language, I'm not saying it's not important, but language is not the differentiator in getting good marks. Language will get you some extra points, okay, but language acha hai at the cost of structure, presentation. You actually can be penalized for that. Handwriting, I don't have to say much. I don't think they give you extra credit, but yes, good handwriting, readability helps examiner, okay, read your essay a bit more comfortable. It makes his life easy. But there are examples when the writing is not legible. I have heard when students can be penalized also. But that must be really, really pathetic writing to invite negative marking. So आपको ये 4 point में ध्यान देना है. So well said. So I think you all got the core message that your essay has to be around critical thinking skills. I like this idea, Dave, authentic and original. Yes, you're right. वो जो पढ़ के पता चल जाता है if somebody is forcing an idea or a person genuinely has thought through the idea, that topic or not. So yeah. So that's how it is. Shall we start with the topic now, or the students, if you have any clarification, you can ask us if you want to ask us.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is a really key point. We wanted to pause on the rubric a little bit to give you an idea of what the examiner is looking for. So, any questions? Keep them coming.
Dave, I have seen a lot of evaluations, by different institutes, even by our own team members. The comments, I will not, blame them for it, but generally, kya hota, and to some extent, students also expect it. They expect comments on every paragraph, on every idea. You'll find comments like, "Oh, good introduction." Comments like, "Please add an example here." Comments like, "This was not connected to the previous paragraph." Comments like, "This idea seems not well substantiated." Okay, they'll put a line on some word, some phrase, define this or don't define this. So, ये तो ठीक है. Okay, that's okay. But then when you are doing this type of evaluation, what happens is you miss out the bigger picture. Bigger picture is, first tell me, before you comment on every point, every word, before you comment on examples, पहले ये तो बताओ कि overall write-up कैसा है? Like overall, is the write-up organized? Overall, is the topic well addressed by the student or not? Overall, there's a flow or not? So I have seen very few evaluators comment on the generic aspect of the essay first. And I think that is where a lot of things change. It's something like, I go to buy a house and I'm commenting on, oh, I wish the door was 2 inch taller. Oh, I wish the wall probably was painted a bit more lighter shade. Oh, I think this garden could have had roses rather than tulips. You are looking at that level, okay? Whereas, कि पहले ये तो बताओ कि overall घर का location ठीक है या नहीं? Overall, did you really require a 5-bedroom apartment or did you require 1-bedroom apartment? On a whole, does it appeal to your sensibilities or not? Rather than going into nitty-gritties of कि नहीं, मुझे plywood चाहिए, मुझे teakwood चाहिए. I have seen this happen across. Okay, so I don't know if you have seen that, and that's what I hope we can teach, or at least exchange or share with you regarding our experience in evaluation.
Absolutely, Shabbir. And another interesting question from Adid. Originality, how can the judge? I think this is a brilliant question. First of all, how can the judge? We'll talk about that. But before that, I must tell you that a good essay overall, जिसने जहाँ पे structure भी है, there is some presentation, good analysis, but it's not original. I think those kinds of essays, Shabbir, I think they will get stuck at 100, 90, 100, that sort of marks. But a truly original essay can fetch you 130 plus. And where that actually is visible, truly original essay is not if you write a poem or something. It comes through in your nuanced arguments. Are you rattling off something which is commonly understood and you have read somewhere, or you are actually making a very nuanced argument? That's where it comes through your originality. And originality does not come through, I mean, language also has originality and all that, but that's not what we are focusing truly for. But mechanical reproduction versus nuanced argument. So I think we'll see some of that in action. Let's not rush it, but we'll show you. And every time, go back and look in Telegram. Every time we have given you essay topic, some of you have responded. I always say that your argument should be full sentences, underline them, and make sure that you are making a point in that sentence and not just saying, okay, this is a topic on sustainability. My third point is climate change. What about climate change? What is it that you're trying to say? What is the core idea? So I think it comes from there. Yeah, Shabbir.
Abhiroop, you'll be surprised how obvious it is.
Yeah.
I mean, to be very honest, even if not trained, आप कोई ऐसे पढ़ोगे ना, read an answer or something, आप देख के जान लोगे whether the writings actually reflect a person's thinking or not. There is no magic here. Okay, if, for example, if you're asked, tell us about what you think about Trump's, reciprocal tariffs. एक set points हैं. Oh, it's very high. It impacts manufacturing. India's textile will be impacted. That India probably pharmaceuticals are impacted. ये जो 4-5 points आप बोल दोगे ना, ये पता चल जाएगा कि आपने बस यहाँ वहां से पढ़ के चिपका दिया है. But the nuanced argument gave exactly how are tariffs impacting manufacturing, which sectors and why. Okay, you are substantiating that with data, with facts. You're substantiating that with quoting some articles. आप पढ़ के पता चल जाएगा कि ये आंसर चिपकाया हुआ है या एक्चुअली सोचा है आपने, एंड आप वो सोच के लिख रहे हो कि नहीं. Okay, so you can be sure it is very easy to identify. It doesn't require a teacher for that matter. But yes, I agree. This is a good question you asked. How to know that it's original? Okay, so let's get on with our topic. The topic that we have chosen is this one. I think some of you are familiar with this. Some of you have written also on this. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, and not absence of fear. Okay. Dave, should we dive into the essay directly, or
Absolutely.
talk about this a bit?
Yeah, I think just my thoughts is that every session we take a topic and we discuss a little bit about the topic and how to get deeper. Today, I think I'm happy if you want to take a different approach and just dive in directly to the paper itself.
Absolutely.
And see.
So we get on. Okay. I'm maybe one of you watching is the one who wrote the essay. I've taken an essay that was submitted to us for evaluation. Okay, I am not sharing the identity of the person who wrote this. Okay, but we can get on with this. Okay, maybe we'll do one thing. I would like to, let us look at this one first. Okay, so I think it's visible to all of you. Okay, courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, and not absence of fear. This is the topic of the essay. So see what the student writes, okay? Grit as human value requires fighting, the adversary. It is the skill of controlling the devil and not eliminating the devil completely. Okay, so they pointed out the use of words grit. Strength of a person, his attitude of not being afraid and struggling with the fear is necessary because it helps to build a strong character. Learning the skill of controlling the fear helps us to use tough situations to our advantage. It helps us to find positive in critical, tense situations. So it helps us. It is necessary. Okay. These are the keywords. You can all read once again. Okay. We'll go slowly initially, then we will pick up speed. This is the introduction sentence.
Yeah. I think.
Are you all participating? Yeah, Dave, tell me.
No. Let's see if would like to hear a little bit of acknowledgement from everybody. Are you all following along? Now we are actually starting the evaluation of this.
And my suggestion is keep a pen paper. I'm sorry, Dave. Yeah, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep a pen paper and assume that Shabbir and I are evaluators and we are together. While we are doing it, we're telling you what we are looking for, right? So Shabbir, first thing I can say what jumps out at me. Like, when I read a essay paper, okay, here's the topic. It's about courage. We are saying courage is not absence of fear. It's, it is, something that is related with, um, just controlling it, resisting it, and understanding how to get better of it, right? That's the whole topic. Um, and I read through the first introduction, and it feels like, yes, this person is more or less on the right track, but I'm thinking, okay, he missed something. I'm feeling like he missed a key part um, in describing uh, his thesis, right? So first of all, that threw me off a little bit is the word use of the word grit, because I felt grit was a little off, and I think struggling with the fear is necessary. I really like that. So let me say the good things. Helps build strong character. I thought that was a very good point. Then he talks about learning this skill helps us with tough situations. Okay, I understand. But there is nothing that is is just a mere restating of the topic. I did not find anything original or something that made me feel, oh wow, I want to read on. Okay, I'm just giving you my blink perception. And to students also, this is how examiners think, right? They are human beings. They're not machines that, okay, here is my rubric, and I will look each page at structure, presentation, content. I'm a human being, and here's the perception I'm getting is that, yes, I sort of like this, but not too impressive. I didn't feel like I want to read on, but okay, let me see what the next page has. So I think in a way, the person lost an opportunity to make an impact with me. That is my perception. I could be a hard grader. I could be a easy grader. We'll know when Shabir responds with his perspective. Yeah, Shabir.
I'll reserve my comments. I'll see two more pages first. But
Okay.
you're right. The word grit is not courage. Grit is not giving up.
Yeah.
Grit is perseverance. It's relentless efforts. Grit means hustling. Okay, grit is that stubbornness. Okay, to keep on fighting despite the odds. So yes, grit requires courage. That's okay, but grit is not same as courage. Okay, so a very nuanced difference here. मुझे क्या लगा दे 50 वर्ड हो चुका है. And guys,
Right.
this is exactly how you will write. 50 वर्ड हो चुका है. If you don't impress the examiner in the first 50-100 words, it's difficult for the examiner to read the remaining pages, with all focus and attention. Okay, 50 वर्ड हो चुका है, but ठीक है. And I deliberately underline these words. He has used fear is necessary. It helps us. It helps us to find positives. So यहाँ पर he's talking about why is courage important. Topic क्या topic है? Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. Okay, a topic का कुछ demand है. Okay, and that's how the person is writing. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Next page. Okay, so the sentence is think of an idea. Think of the idea of end of the world by 2100. Many environmentalists predict that by 2100, because of pollution, environmental degradation, humans might cease to exist. This threat of existence poses opportunity for the world to fight the devil of environmental pollution and resist the devil of climate change. The world instead of trying to eliminate the idea of end of the world, should try to develop necessary skills and technology to master the problem causing this fear and master to create a sustainable earth. So, using environment example, okay, trying to argue argue importance of not being fearful. Okay, so ये theme consistent है. पहले पेज में भी it is necessary, courage helps us, courage will help us, and with courage, we have to master the problem. We have to overcome the fear, motivate ourselves. So यहाँ पर भी something about कि courage का importance है to fight back environmental problems, right? The spirit of fighting and not giving up has been the mantra of progress. Okay, so again, significance of fighting, significance of not giving up. It has been the mantra of progress. So because you keep on fighting, he says that it is the mantra of success, mantra of progress of human race since the evolution. This is one idea that really puts me off. So कुछ भी development होता है, the write-up होता है, it starts with, okay, since the beginning of time, the beginning of human race, since the evolution species. Okay, you'll be surprised how many writers or how many of you use this in an example. It is important since the beginning of human species. Okay. First humans, okay. So think of the first humans evolved in Africa when climate was uninhabitable or inhabitable, okay, and did not give up. So again, they have not given up, rather chose to fight the adversary and move out of Africa. So how courage, okay, I mean, it implied hai, how courage helps man survive.
Yeah.
Okay. Deb, it's been 2 pages now, a bit more than 2 pages.
Yeah. Let me provide. Today I'm the hard grader, so I will provide my perspective. If you go back to the previous page, so I think what did the person actually write? The person wrote about fighting a difficult situation. The person wrote about mastering the art of or perseverance or determination, struggle. All those things come after courage. Courage is something that comes much before, right? Courage is standing up to fear. The fighting comes later. So to me, this one page, this person completely lost me because I felt like he was going in a very different direction of struggle, determination, fighting spirit, endurance, resilience. All those values are very different from courage. Courage is, I have a monster in front of me. Will I stand or will I run away? How will I fight the monster? What strategy I'll use for fighting the monster? How will I stand 2 hours in front of the monster? Those are all strategic things that will make me win the war. Courage doesn't make you win the war. Courage is just something that makes you willing to fight the war. So it is very, very clear to me that the person has not understood what courage is. The person, in essence, in our Edukemy terminology, what Shabbir and I use all the time, the student has not understood the implied wisdom, which is very clear. The value is courage. But the person has confused courage with strengths, struggle, determination, all kinds of other values, but not courage. Courage is a value that comes before all of these things come. That's what I felt, Shabbir. I don't know if that's true.
So
But
I wrote this. There are
yeah.
3 parts of this theme. Okay, courage theme hai. What is courage? Importance of courage. How to be courageous. How to be courageous is fight. So guys, tell me, read the topic again. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, and not absence of fear. अब आप बताओ, ये टॉपिक किस बारे में? If I put this as A, B, C, the topic is about what? Explaining what is courage. Is the topic demanding you to write on importance of courage? Or is the topic demanding you to write on how to be courageous? Or maybe what problems, okay, courage can solve? अगर ये मैं अलग से दोबारा लिखना चाहूं, what is this topic about? Piyush, Pushparaj, Sadia, Venkatesh, Kaushik, what is this topic about? Is it about what is courage? Is it about importance of courage? Is it about how to be courageous? Is it about what problems courage can solve? Maybe B and D look overlapping. A, C and D. ये टॉपिक किस बारे में है? ये बताओ, ये टॉपिक किस बारे में है? The theme is courage, ठीक है? I'm not questioning that. But ये टॉपिक का फोकस किस पे है? Is it on what is courage? Maybe B and D probably have an overlap here, but ठीक है. Aditya says C, how to be courageous. See, again I repeat, टॉपिक क्या है और टॉपिक कि में क्या लिखा गया है, दो अलग चीज है. Parimita, what is the topic about?
Avanija is saying, I would say proving that courage is this, and this, and not absence of fear, which is majority perspective. Would give examples to prove the same. Okay. Cricket shots. Cricket shots is saying, sir, can we give examples from history? Wait, hang on. I think we have not gone to examples yet. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Pyanada says A, legs day. Legs day, I forget your name, but whatever it means. Aditya, I know it's on courage. I'm not saying no, but आप A, B, C, D में choose करो कि topic किस बारे में. What is the topic demanding? Is it demanding to explain courage? Is it demanding to write about importance of courage? Is it demanding to write on how to be courageous? So fight is how to be courageous. I think most of them have lost the topic here.
Yeah.
Pushparaj says A. Oh, Pushparaj, I will adopt you now. Thank you. Next day says A. Guys, my personal assessment, I can be wrong again. The topic is about defining what courage is. Okay. For me, I think this is the main demand of the essay. बाकी सब बाद में आएगा. आपको समझाना है courage क्या है. Courage is not absence of fear. Courage is resistance to fear. Okay. Then explain what does resistance mean. Courage is mastery of fear. Explain what does mastery mean. अगर आप ये पार्ट छोड़ के आप समझा रहे हो, okay, then you're missing the topic. Abhirup says D and B. Deb, you agree? You disagree? Please, I can be wrong.
I absolutely agree 100%. Okay, and I say that essays are very subjective, but absolutely agree that this is about courage. It is not about why courage is important. It is also not about how to be courageous. I would completely say BC, we don't have to write. This is just saying what courage is. So clearly it is A, and A all the way for me. In fact, I must give everybody that example. Last week, Shabbir, I was watching this David versus Goliath. There is a series on Amazon Prime called House of David. It's an
Okay.
extremely well-made, 5-part, 6-part series. And in it, David, just before he runs to, face Goliath, his cousin asks him, "Are you not afraid? You are facing this monster. Are you not afraid?" And David says, "Yes, I am afraid, but I know what I need to do." Right? So that
Excellent.
is kind of the core of what we are actually saying here, that he said, "Yes, I am afraid, but I know what I need to do." That means he's figured out how to deal with his fear. He's not resisting it, he's not running away from it, but he needs to just figure out how to deal with it, how to, and that's the mastery part of it. So I just thought I'd mention that, and totally agree, Shabir, 100%. It is about A, what is courage.
Abhiroop, Aditya, Paramita, cricket shots. I don't know. Could you understand what we are discussing? Yeah. This essay was written from assumption कि मुझे courage पे लिखना है. Again, what is courage? वो छोड़कर, I mean, I am pointing these words out. The first page is telling us why is courage necessary, why courage helps us, how it helps us, how it going to help us. Okay, how courage can help us solve environmental problem, how courage has always been part of the human race since the evolution of the first human. Okay, how courage was responsible for people moving out and migrating and settling new places. बेटा 2 पेज जा चुका है, मतलब okay, 150 words जा चुका है. Almost about 10% of the essay is over, and you have not written on the topic yet. Okay, so I don't care about यहाँ तक अगर मैं आ गया and language अच्छा है, handwriting अच्छा है, paragraphing, I don't care. Okay, I very well understand कि बच्चा topic समझ नहीं पाया है. And my thumb rule is, if a topic, you're missing a topic, you cannot score more than 50% or maximum maybe 60% of the score. तो अगर आपका पहला essay is worth 125, okay, my beginning will be, I will score you from 60. I will not cross 60, 70, तो सवाल नहीं उठता. So if I add both the essays, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, I was saying, Shabir, totally agree. That's exactly how I was thinking too. That I read 2 pages. My 125 came to 50% immediately. And it's going to be an uphill task from here to go back, claw back up, because that number has come down. Yeah, sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah. Tabs YouTube. बच्चे, essay has good imagination, lacks visualization. बेटा ये बहुत दूर की बात है. Imagination है नहीं है, I don't care. आप topic पे लिख नहीं रहे हो. A common example I give, I'm asking you, tell me what's your name, and you're telling me India is a great country. What is your name? Sir, I'm putting on a red shirt. Arey, what is your name? Sir, I speak in English. If you don't answer my question, how do I give you marks? I don't care how beautifully you say it, how lyrically you say it. Okay, I don't care आप किस language से बोल रहे हो. अगर आपने मेरा question answer नहीं किया, it's done. Okay, and instruction, if I go back to, if you remember our rubrics here, okay, ये जो point है, the content and comprehension, essentially how close you are to the topic. अगर ये miss कर रहा है, you will score less than 50% of the marks. I hope we don't sound too brutal, but UPSC is not known to be kind. Okay, one students were telling me UPSC is
Yeah.
not fair. My answer was UPSC is not employment generation program.
Yeah.
Okay. They are picking up the best brains. They're picking up the best guys who can run the country. So they better not be kind here. Okay. They better not be lenient here.
Absolutely.
Define.
Absolutely.
Okay. Define baad mein, Kaushik. But yes, I hope. So should we go ahead maybe 1 or 2 pages more?
Let's do that. Yeah.
So if I continue, learning is the art of controlling fear. Okay. So he has come to how to control fear. Okay. And not complete absence of threat is important for realizing our true potential. In the movie English Winglish, the protagonist struggles with the English language. The presence of her fear of not able to speak English in public motivates her to learn English. This paragraph is about how not to give up. Okay. Value of grit. ये grit ही problem क्या है? Value of grit, which empowers us to resist adversities of life, is necessary because it helps us establish peaceful. Again, the word necessary. बेटा 2 पेज 2.5 पेज खत्म हो रहा है. He still stuck with the importance of courage. How courage helped her learn English. How courage is important to bring out our true potential. How courage is necessary to establish a peaceful society. ये पूरा essay चल रहा है on importance of courage. Dave, anything? I'm.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And I at this point my 60 is going down and down and down, right? It keeps further going down after reading this page. And I wanted to give you a sense of my my emotional state as an examiner, right? I'm seeing this paper and how my emotional state changes. The only thing I like, Shabir, is that the person talked about presence of her fear of not able to speak English. I think it is coming remotely close to what the topic is, because what the person is saying is the presence of fear is very important, and that is exactly what the topic was saying, that it's not absence of fear, right? So that's the closest this person got to the topic, but I agree with everything else. I think it's all about importance of fear. Back to your analogy, what is your name? Sir, my name is very important because my grandfather kept it, he felt this about me as a person or whatever. But then my subsequent question is, what is your name? Yeah. So I agree with you. Yeah.
I think if I was evaluating this essay, I would not read beyond 3 or 4 pages maximum.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
मेरा बन चुका कि बच्चे को टॉपिक समझ में नहीं आया, और 4 पेजेस हो गया मतलब बेटा ऑलमोस्ट आधा ऐसे हो चुका है. Okay, so it says peaceful society based on justice, equality. Okay, value of courage helps in resisting the rogue elements. Okay, again, importance of essay. Resisting the injustice of the world, speaking against inequalities, the attitude of rule of fear is necessary. The fear is necessary to develop. Again, necessary, why? So, why is courage not absence of fear is not equal to why we must have courage to fight, and the attitude required to deal with adversity. देखो ये दोनों में वही है, both are analysis. But to explain why courage is not absence of fear, ये अलग है from why we must have the courage to fight. I don't know if I'm able to explain my point or not. I think I need to slow down and let the students think on what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think this is a key point that you're making. The first one is obviously, why is courage not absence of fear? So basically, here we are talking about, that the courageous need fear so that they can have courage. So basically, what it means is courage and fear are two sides of a spectrum, two sides of a coin that cannot exist on their own. So when there is absence of one side, the other side also goes because there is no contrast. If there is no demon, you don't need the courage. For the courage to be there, the demon needs to be there, the monster needs to be there on the other side. So this topic is exploring this dichotomy of courage and fear. The second one in what you described, Shabbir, is why we must have courage to fight. Why is courage important? And what is the attitude that we must have to push along that route? But that's why, earlier I said is that courage is a value that comes much before fighting spirit, strategy, all of those things come later. How to win the war, how to, overpower the monster, those all things comes later. But courage comes earlier. And this is just exploring the dichotomy of courage and fear. And this is what we have consistently told our students, right? Every essay topic is a drama going on in a theater. Think about a drama. There's a hero, there's a villain, and they're fighting, right? And that is why you are asked to write about this topic. If the topic were very dry and it would have one side, there would be no discussion, there will be no fun. So in this case, the two actors are courage and fear. Fear does not exist without courage. Courage does not exist without fear. Is Batman and the Joker, right? So this is exactly what Joker told Batman, that, without me, you don't exist. So that's exactly what this topic is saying. So I think the person here that we're evaluating has completely not understood the topic. And I totally echo you, Shabbir, that after 3 pages, if I'm not seeing anything good, I will not go further at all. Because see, my role as an evaluator is to find the good ones. I'm interested in seeing copies that will give me at least 100, 90, 100 plus, right? So then I will look like, okay, this is never going to make the cut. So let me just give 50, 60 and, just get on with seeing the next paper. Only when you are in the 90, 100 zone, then you get me interested to read the whole thing, and you can get 220, 130 and score like that. Abhirup is saying, sir, your second statement you wrote.
You want to read it again? I don't know. I wrote, why we must have courage to fight and the attitude required to deal with adversity. ये why और ये why दो अलग dimensions हैं. The second one is about importance of courage. The first is about what is courage.
Yeah.
अगर आप yeah.
Go ahead, Shabbir.
I was saying ki if in this topic you can't differentiate, okay, why courage is not absence of fear, and why courage is important. अगर आप ये दो डिफरेंशिएट नहीं कर पा रहे हो, फिर आप टॉपिक नहीं समझ रहे हो. Okay, so this boy or girl is writing on this. The topic was this: why courage is not absence of fear. If you have not differentiated this aspect, okay, फिर तो गड़बड़ है. And if I move on, okay, one quick, इसके बाद the guy switches. Courage is not just about physical courage alone, it also includes mental courage. There is social courage. Oh, he has moved on to the types of courage now. So, पहला लिखा importance of courage. Now showing us what are the types of courage. Mental courage, social courage. I'm sure there'll be political courage. Okay, now explaining what moral courage is. Mahatma Gandhi example, moral courage आ गया. Okay, fear of violence. Okay, आपको लिखना था कि महात्मा गांधी was also having fear and yet he was courage. आपको वो लिखना चाहिए था आपको.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think on the slippery slope, this person is slipping. Okay. So this student is slipping on the slippery slope. मुझे with every page, right, I'm getting the feeling 60 say 50, 50 say 40. It's going down and down because it happens, right? It will happen when you haven't understood the topic. You can not go back on track because तुम्हारा fundamental understanding ही गलत है. The other thing, I think the question about originality is that if you look at the essay closely, the person is trying to use a forcefully synonyms of words, and which he hasn't understood, right? Great, strength. So that just tells me that he has heard somewhere that find keywords of your main thing and then use those keywords, don't directly reference the topic. ऐसे rules इसने किसी ने बताया है, and the person is actually trying to repeat those rules. So yeah, so I think the person has good handwriting, okay, not bad handwriting. I think we can read everything. The person has good English, right? The person has some structure, is writing in good paragraphs. So we'll give you all that. But see, with all those things, you're still getting so low marks because the core is not there. So the core is understanding the topic, analyzing it, the critical thinking portion, right? This is exactly why Shabbir and I repeatedly tell you, let us sit with the topic for some time and analyze the topic, get to the implied wisdom, understand what nuances to cover, what not to cover, and then progressively first think about it and then you start writing. And this is exactly what has happened here.
I am inclined to look into Yuki. Let's see what it says. There is no fear. Courage is mastery of fear and not absence of fear. Deb, am I audible to you?
Yeah, you're audible. Do you want to share your screen?
Oh, acha, I forgot to
whichever
share my
works.
screen. Yeah.
But this is where I think you should not shy away from technology. This is what will help you think better. So take a value like courage, put something in. It may not even need a not for you to remember or mug up. You cannot do that. But if you put a topic and see what it comes back with, you will know that this is the way, this is what a good looks like. This is what good answer looks like. Yeah, Shabir, let's do that. I think the
Courage is resistance to fear. Uh, it is mastery of fear, not absence of fear. It says it explores the nuanced nature of courage, emphasizing that true courage involves acknowledging fear and overcoming it, rather than devoid of fear altogether. So we could have used this maybe as the lead paragraph point to stick with the topic. How fear is natural emotion, how fear is rooted in self-preservation. Courage is to recognize fear. Okay. Soldiers experience fear but act to protect nation. Mastery of fear का मतलब क्या है? It enables individuals to challenge status quo. Okay, I like this one, Dave. Absence of fear leads to recklessness, not courage. It's a beautiful dimension.
Yeah, and you imagine if you write about fight or flight, right? Something that is very central. It is part of your reptilian brain, right? Fear resides there. And if you talk about human consciousness and where fear resides, in the most primitive part of your brain that gives you fight or flight, you will know that fear is so essential. Why are we wired this way? And if you write that, then you have my attention, right? As an examiner, you're like, yeah, he's going to the core. He's going to the aloo tikki, right? He's not just talking about garnish. He's actually getting to the root. So absolutely, I think to me that number three, in fact, this topic is as much about fear as it is about courage. So while we talk about what is courage, importance of courage, types of courage, I think if you examine fear, you might get to the root of this topic. So this is the balance, as we were saying, Shabir, earlier, that
Yeah,
the
yeah,
balance
yeah.
between courage and fear, the dichotomy of courage and fear, and how they interplay, how they contrast.
I
So,
love this one, Dave. True
yeah,
courage is measured, responsible, and rooted in awareness of risk.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And back to David's dialogue, right?
Yeah.
David said, I know what I'm facing, and I'm very fearful, but I know what I need to do. So, calculated bravery, absolutely. These are fantastic words. And I think, I never get into this whole thing about, oh, is AI better? Am I thinking better? Is AI thinking better than humans? That's an essay topic. But if I have something to learn from it, I will learn from it. And that's the way we should treat the tool, is take a look at what it spits out, and you will see that there is so much. It will increase your vocabulary. It will add to your arsenal, and it will basically improve your understanding of the topic. So
Even this one, training an ethical framework helps develop courage to act under pressure, to act rightly under pressure. Okay, so
yeah,
courage happens when you're under pressure. Okay, so I mean, yeah, like Deb said, you have to be wise in choosing what is relevant for your write-up. Okay, but um, yeah, guys, I hope you learned something. Please use these tools. Yeah, any inputs online on the dashboard? कुछ समझ में आया आज क्या हुआ? लाइव सेशन में, where we able to communicate our our intent.
Yeah, and another question from me is, would you like us to continue this for some more time? Like, take more answer papers, evaluate them live, and show you where we are going with it. Because there is some value in it. It's not like, we have to do it every time the same thing. But that's also a feedback which we would love to have from you. And if any of you want or have the courage to give your own paper for evaluation, I absolutely love it. And that's the best way to learn is have your own thing evaluated. So definitely tell us what you feel.
How to evaluate? I'm catching the demand of question. Abhirup, that is why we are there, right? That's why you write tests and we evaluate. And you do this for 4, 5, 6 times, आप सीख जाओगे.
Yeah,
And Deb, I wanted to point out one more thing. I forgot. देखो guys, this essay, this particular essay that we were discussing, आप इसका look देखो. Okay. By the way, if anybody if somebody who wrote the essay is there on the live discussion, please दिल पे मत लेना, ये सब सीखने वाला है. Okay. So we are not targeting. देखो, ये देखो. See this essay. देखो, I'm removing all the marks. Okay, and all my comments हटा दिया मैंने. Look at how this essay looks like. Okay, just a minute. Let me remove all these points. Okay. Yeah, I think we are done. Now, देखो, आप pages देखो. Okay, look at this. Look at the page. Words and words and words. Okay, another words. I do not know where to stop and read. I do not know what point to focus on. Okay, एकदम मने इसे हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर में है, कोई फोटोग्राफ नहीं. Reels of words. Okay, words. देखो, how do you read an essay like this? Where do I focus? And I'm an examiner who is ruthless, who is in a hurry to check another paper. पहला 3 पेज में वैसे ही मूड खराब हो चुका मेरा. और मुझे ये बंदे ने पकड़ा दिया. Words and words. I don't even know where to stop, what sentence to pick up, क्या theme है, मुझे ढूंढना पड़ रहा है. Okay, I have to oops. I think I lost it here. Yeah. Can you all visualize the ordeal this examiner is going through? No underline, no headings. The guy has missed the essay already. इसको मैं क्या marks दूंगा? I won't even read the remaining pages. हटाओ यार, ये time waste कर रहा है मेरा. What's your feeling?
Yeah. I mean, 3 pages. I will not read more. I'm done. I want to see good papers that have a potential to crack the exam. तो मुझे हो सकता है people sometimes have bad days, so I might read the 4th, 5th page to make up my mind. But see, what is happening is, that's why I wanted to give everybody the sense of where I'm going, how my mind is working slowly, right? by third, fourth, fifth page, I realized there are less and less pages. Required run rate बढ़ता जा रहा है. The person cannot win this, right? The person cannot come back and win this. So I'm like, okay, isko, I'll give him 50, I'll give her 50, and then I'll move on. So yeah, he's written quite a bit. Not, I didn't understand. So in my mind, I'm not even thinking about the rubric anymore. I'll just say that, okay, I'll give something and move on. So one of the things I consistently tell on Telegram is, जब तुम लिख रहे हो अपना arguments, underline or box it, make it a box, make it a full sentence, make it a box. So I immediately know when I scan the pages, yeah, this is good, this is worth reading. So इसमें दो चीज हो सकता है that you know, if your arguments are way off, then you underline the arguments, so you will fail fast. And the examiners will say, अरे ये तो पूरा गलत लिखा है. तो हो सकता है. But I think it's a good practice. Otherwise, you will be in this rut that progressively you will fall and fall. So yeah, nothing beats a good organization structure, putting your arguments in full sentences, boxing them. This essay worth 25 or 50, Lex Day is asking.
Well, जान लो कि इसमें क्वालिफाइंग वाला मार्क्स नहीं मिलेगा. I will not put a number to this. I can be brutal, I can give anything below 40, 50 is as good as 10, 5, 15 also. ठीक है? It's like मैं एक छुरी मारूं या 10 स्टैब करूं, वो आदमी मर गया. And in contrast, ये ऐसे देखो, I mean, forget about the details, at least the look देखो. Underline किया है, headings है, okay. This, फिर भी I know what to read. एक और example है, okay. There is some sense of prioritization. ठीक है? Compare this with the previous one. Anyways, guys, this is all we could have done in today's session. Oh wow, we crossed the limit quite a bit. Okay.
Yeah, Abhirup says it seems that Lex Day wrote it. I don't know, but don't I think it's a safe environment, right? यहाँ पे whoever wrote it, and I would say, like, I'll be very interested if you, and I will really admire it if some of you come forward and actually give your
Yeah.
sheet or evaluation, because if you get 60 here, you're setting yourself to get 80 in the exams. If you get 80 here, you're setting yourself. So this is a stepping stone, right? This is safe environment. So definitely share, and you can share some of your old essays to know if for some reason you got bad marks in some essays and you were like, oh, I wrote something really well. That means there was a complete mismatch between what you expected and what the examiner gave you. Those scenarios also send us the sheet, and you can send it. I will put a question box in the Telegram, so you can put if you want your answers to be evaluated, post it there, and then we can pick it up.
Guys, we have a Telegram channel, okay, Essays with Edukemy. Okay, it's an open channel. Please write and post your essays there. So I think we'll do one thing, Dave. In the next session, let's take up an essay that these guys have written, and we can discuss it. Okay, like they've said, be courageous. और गलती करना है हमारे सामने कर लो ना. अगर मार्क्स खराब मिल रहा है तो हमारे सामने ले आओ, so you don't do the same mistake in the examination.
Yeah, totally. And remember, it is, as teachers, this is what we live for, right? We would like to correct you right now so that in a lot of ways, our satisfaction comes when you actually score better in the exam. So this is going to help us. So don't feel next day. Absolutely, if you have written this, you got a ton of advice, right? Ton of good advice, what not to do. So you are the lucky one if you wrote it. That's how I would put it. Okay, looks like Abhirup will put put one of his essays, but very good, very nice. I will drop a message and will consolidate everyone who wants their essays to be
Yeah,
evaluated.
on the chat, we have shared the Telegram link. Click and join. Okay. Okay, Dave, thanks a lot. Yeah, I
Thank
love
you.
this. This was, I think, the first of its kind that we had. I am now, excited. We should do more of this, maybe. Okay, and I believe all others are as excited. So are you. Okay, मुझे तो मजा आया इसमें.
Absolutely, absolutely. Looking forward, and I think you got a sense of why that topic treatment is so important. Some of you actually wrote on the chat on YouTube that sir मेरा topic treatment ही गलत हो रहा है. So, and that's not a yes or no. I'm sure if you have written 10 essays, maybe in five you got the topic right and five you didn't get. So what happens is, some areas we haven't, thought about clearly. I might have studied the value of happiness very well. I might have read a lot about happiness, but I might not have focused on courage. This happens. So I myself, sometimes when I look at essay topic, I don't want to write it because I just haven't studied enough. So that happens, but don't worry. Topic treatment that's exactly what we are doing. We are trying to tell you what the topic is. So yeah, Shabbir, I enjoyed it too. I think we'll do it again.
Okay, guys. Okay, so let's call it a day. Looking forward to next session. You give us your essays. We will love to evaluate it than any other random essay. Okay, happy writing. Thanks a lot. Bye bye. Happy essays learning.